Hey, my name is Sam, and today I'm going to walk you through how to create an optimized caregiver job posting that attracts candidates on Indeed. Look, we understand how complex, confusing, and time consuming it can be to try to master these job boards like Indeed. I'll go over what settings you should use to maximize your reach of candidates. I will also highlight some tips and tricks on how to rank higher in candidate search results. And lastly, I will also go over the best practices for designing your ad spend on your Indeed job postings. So everyone, check out the video, leave some comments, give us some likes, and let us know your thoughts.
The first step here is to sign into your employer Indeed account. From there, click Post a Job in the top right-hand corner. You then will be taken to a page like this, where you will select to create a brand new post from scratch. Then we can start inserting the job basics. So for the job title, input your position you're recruiting. So for this tutorial, it would be Caregiver. Now make sure the job title you use is keyword search friendly. This way, it increases the likelihood of you populating in applicant search results. Now for job location type, we highly advise you select in person, not any remote positions or on the road, right? It is in person, okay? As you know, caregivers will be commuting to one or two clients' homes within a general vicinity. So select in person. From there, you will input the zip code you need to staff this candidate in. So if I have a client that lives in this current city of Pasadena, I then will input the zip code of Pasadena. This way I can find candidates that are local to my current recruiting needs. Now for job location requirements, we suggest keeping work authorization turned on and willingness to relocate turned off. These are very straightforward, right? Unless you're an employer that accommodates and sponsors visas, then you can toggle this off. And unless you're an employer that has a broad service area and you're willing to reimburse and or accommodate people relocating to work with you, then you can toggle this on. Now, the job details section. For job type, make sure to select all that applies, and also make sure it is cohesive with your job posting. If your job post title is part-time caregiver, well then make sure you select part-time as the job type option. Now take note, candidates can filter their search results based off of job types. So the more you select, it does increase the likelihood of you populating in their filtered search results. But again, make sure whatever you select can be accommodated and it is cohesive with your general job post. Now, expected hours. This one, we recommend don't fill anything in and actually skip it. This way, you can enable your recruiter to have more flexibility in the hiring process to talk about potential hours this candidate can work within based on the client's needs and the candidate's needs. We don't want you confined to sticking to 30 hours if you put 30 hours, for example. As you already may know, it can cause friction in the recruitment process. Now for the schedule, this one is very straightforward, everyone. Simply put, select all that applies and what you can truly accommodate and make sure it's cohesive. With that being said, let's move on. Now, for the pay and benefits, let's start off with the pay. We recommend to show your pay by a range, not a starting amount, not an exact amount, but a general range. This way, you can showcase to candidates that there is growth opportunity at your agency. For example, if your starting amount is only $19 an hour and a caregiver with over 10 years of experience sees this, they may be deterred from applying as they don't see any growth opportunity at your agency, even though they have 10 years of caregiving experience. Another reason we recommend showing the pay range is because candidates can filter their search results based off of pay rates. The more broad your spread is, the more likely you are to populate in search results. For benefits, it is the same thing like I said with schedule. Make sure you can accommodate it, make sure it is cohesive with your overall job posting, and make sure that you're not bait and switching candidates. Now, the job description section. We highly recommend that you take time when creating a well-rounded job description. This is how you convince candidates to not only apply to your agency, but how you as an employer stand out versus your competitors. To make this easy on you all, we have a job post generator, which we will link in the description below of this video and in our blog article, where you can input your agency's information, select your general benefits, and auto-generate a job post. Still, kindly go through that auto-generated job post and personalize it to your agency. Again, this is how you showcase your differentiation to your competitors. Now I'm on the set preferences section, where this, quite honestly, is very straightforward. Essentially, you're personalizing the communication preferences to your needs. Which email would you like to be notified of candidates applying? Would you like individual updates, or would you like one bulk email sent to you daily of all the candidates that applied that day? Now, before we move forward on the set preferences, I want to briefly talk about the application method. Some of you may have this option prompt. Some of you may not have this option at all. Those that do have this option given to them most likely are having candidates apply outside of Indeed. For employers that have candidates apply through Indeed, you most likely will not have this option prompted. Instead, you're just given these options that have already gone over. All right, everyone, we're at the final home stretch. We now get to review the job we've created before posting. So take your time to go through each section to make sure everything is correct. But I would like to draw your attention to this section here, which is the job title. Let's click the the edit pencil to see what category our job populates in. For here, I see I populate in the Caregiver job category, which is exactly what I want. It's correct. But for recruiters and employers that are using crazy job titles like marketing lingo, whatever it may be, you want to make sure that you always double check this area, because certain keywords can make you populate in an incorrect job category. For example, if I refer to my caregivers as care professionals, I click this, now my job will populate in the residential care assistant job category. If I refer to my caregivers as home health aides, right, which is a true position, then I'll populate in the home health aide category. But I'm hiring caregivers and I want to be in the correct category here. For most of you, if you use a proper keyword job title, you'll be perfectly fine. But those that, again, have lengthy or obscure job titles, be cautious here. Always double check. Well, now that we've verified our job title looks good, the job category we populate looks good, and everything else is peachy keen, we can then move on to post in our job by clicking confirm. So the next section here would be to sponsor the job. Now, it is up to you if you want to use Indeed's pre-templated plans, or if you'd like to switch to a custom budget. If you choose to switch to a custom budget, select here. You can change your custom budget to be daily ad spend, monthly ad spend. Do you want it to have a custom end date or run every 30 days? It is up to you to decide. All I do recommend, though, everyone, is that you sponsor your Indeed job postings. Whether you're posting on Indeed, you're posting on a different job board, or you're running hiring events, it doesn't matter. You need to invest in recruitment. So we recommend to spend a minimum of $250 a month per job posting on Indeed. If you're in a high competition area, Indeed will probably let you know, right? We can see here, $250 across a month is not good. They're recommending I spend $68. And that's kind of true. I'm posting a job in LA for a position that's in high demand. But in short, we just recommend at a minimum $250 a month per job. For some, it may be too much. For some, it may be too little, but it is enough to give you a clear signal on should you increase or decrease your ad spend on Indeed. Once you've decided your ad spend, you simply click save and continue, and boom, your job posting will be live within the next 24 to 48 hours after it passes Indeed's review process. With that being said, everyone, thank you so much for your time today. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, feel free to comment below or reach out to us. With that being said, I hope you all have a lovely day, evening, or night.